So today I'm going to be reviewing Parfums de Marly Carlisle. This is tossed around as one of the best releases from Parfums de Marly, and it kind of gets lumped in there with Layton. Usually Layton is kind of the general go-to. If you were to ask a group of 10 people which Parfums de Marly they should get into first, I would say probably 9 out of 10 are going to say Layton. However, Carlisle is really another one on the sweeter side from their releases that gets a lot of hype as well, and I'm going to give you my full rundown on it. I'm going to tell you how it smells, how it performs when you can wear it, and ultimately if I think this one is worth picking up and how it compares to other fragrances from Parfums de Marly and just other fragrances in general. Now what's nice about Parfums de Marly is they do pop up on discounters often, so I will link it down below so you can grab it at a nice discounted price. At retail these are pretty pricey, but at a discount they're a bit more manageable, and Parfums de Marly really is a good entry-level niche brand because a lot of their offerings are very likable, are mass appealing, and pretty easy to get along with. So let's go ahead and jump into how this one smells. Now when you first spray this one on, up top you get this nice spicy nutmeg. A little bit of sweetness follows that, coming from a nice green apple, just a little bit of a fruity sweet kick, and also vanilla. There's vanilla mixed with a bit of a tonka bean, so it's giving it a sweetness, it's giving it a creaminess, and it's giving a touch of a powdery kick as well. And like I mentioned, you get a little bit of a green fruity apple sweetness as well, but it's not very strong, and it's definitely not an apple forward fragrance. It's just there kind of in unison with the other notes to just give it a little bit of a fresh bump for a second, but the apple does fade away pretty quickly, and you are left primarily with that vanilla tonka bean, and this is pretty much right in the opening, so the apple doesn't last very long. Now what starts to happen as things settle down on your skin is patchouli starts to come in. That gives it a little bit of a smokiness, a little bit of a green touch, a little bit of an herbal quality as well, but it's definitely a green kind of smoky, heavier patchouli. It's not like a super fresh patchouli, but it's also not a super dank patchouli either. It's kind of a nice middle ground, and that's what kind of spices it up, changes it up, and gives it something a bit more of a character. I do find that nutmeg spiciness does linger a little bit past the opening as well, just keeping that spicy trend going. So it's kind of spicy, it's oriental, it's sweet, and it's a bit dense. And the way the patchouli comes across, along with the other supporting notes, gives it that smokiness, and it almost gives off the impression of tobacco. And this one does get compared to Mancera Red Tobacco, and I do agree with the comparison. I think there is definitely a similarity. Not saying it's a one-to-one comparison, but there are similarities between the two, and there's also differences between the two. Both of them have this menthol cooling feel and smell to them when you smell it. And I kind of describe Layton the same way. Parfums de Marly Layton has this menthol cooling kick as well. It's almost like a mintiness. Not that it really smells like mint, but when you smell this, you have this cooling sensation. You can feel it in your nose. Layton the same way. Red Tobacco has a bit of that going on, and I do get that here in Carlisle. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but it is there, and it is prominent, and that is shared with some other fragrances as well. But I also do want to make it clear that I don't think this is a Red Tobacco clone or vice versa. Both of them do go in their own direction, and they are different. But just as a nice, easy way to give you a ballpark, rough idea of what this one smells like, if you smelled Red Tobacco before and you like it, chances are you're going to like this one too, but it is going to be in its different category to where it's not redundant to own both of them. Talking about when you can wear this one, definitely a fall and wintertime scent. You know, it has that sweetness, it has that heaviness, it's got that creaminess, so it's really good for the cooler weather. Summertime, not so much, at least when you're talking outdoors. Climate controlled indoors, of course, you can wear it and it can be worn any time of the year, but if you're going to be wearing it out and about, fall and winter is going to be the best. That cooler weather will help to tame this one down a little bit. In terms of situations, I think it's going to be more of an upscale scent. It's one that you can wear casually in the fall and winter time, but I do think this one would really shine in an environment where it's a bit more dressed up, a bit more classy, maybe a bit more high-end. Or if you wanted to limit your sprays, this could be worn on a date night. And I think there might be some better ones from Parfums de Marly to wear for a date, but this one would work as well because it has this kind of upscale, nice smell that would be great for, kind of a high-end, luxurious dinner with your girlfriend or wife or whoever. So definitely a cooler weather scent. We still do have some time left here in spring if you want to pick this one up and wear it out and about while it's still relatively cool. It'll also work in spring as well. And again, there's a little bit of a green herbal touch in here, making good and appropriate for springtime. But once you get into those warmer spring days and you start putting more heat on this one, you may like it or you might not, and it might get too heavy and sweet for you. It just depends on what you're into, how hot it is, and of course your skin chemistry as well. From opening to dry down, the quality of this one is fantastic, and that's really kind of the same with the other Parfums de Marly fragrances that I've tried and that I own. All of them have really nice quality. Again, I believe these retail for over $300. Actually, I think Carlisle is even more than that. It retails more than the other Parfums de Marly, so it's expensive. And so with that price tag, you want good quality, and you want, just all around good quality, not just scent, but presentation and that sort of thing. And Parfums de Marly is known for the caps being very heavy, and it's true, these caps have some heft to them. Would it surprise me if at some point in the future they started to lighten these up, maybe make them not as heavy to cut costs? No, that wouldn't surprise me, but as of right now, the caps do have some serious heft to them. They have some points, it's been said before, but you could do some damage with this cap if you were to throw it at someone or hit them in the head with it or other body parts. It would do some damage. So very, very nice heavy cap. The bottle itself is nice. It's nice painted, pretty smooth, maybe a little minor inconsistencies in the paint. Back here there's a little bit of a run, but no one really cares about that, or at least I don't. Bottles are nice. Quality of the scent is what's most important, and that is very smooth from opening to dry down. Doesn't smell synthetic, doesn't smell cheap, doesn't smell unnatural. The notes work together well, they don't clash, and everything kind of complements each other. Speaking of compliments, this is going to be a pretty good compliment getter for you. It's not going to be on the level of Layton. Layton is really good. It's a champion when it comes to compliments on the niche side of things, and that's one of the reasons why Layton is so hyped, is because it does have really good compliment factor. It's, apple, cinnamon, sweet, but kind of fresh as well. This one has a bit more of a daring and challenging aspect to it. It's not super challenging, but it is in a different realm than Layton and something like Sedley or Percival, right? Those are very, very wearable and very mass appealing. This one's going to have a bit more of a substance. It's going to be a bit more of an acquired taste, not only for the person wearing it, but people around you as well. But it will pull you some good compliments, especially if you're dressed appropriately, you're carrying yourself with confidence. This one will definitely get you some positive feedback because it's going to be a head turner. It is something different that most people haven't smelled before. And you'll find that with niche products, a lot of times you will get some pretty good reactions, of course, depending on the scent, because it's something different, because it's not Dior Sauvage that people have smelled on many different people, and they've smelled different versions and iterations and different types of other blue fragrances, right? It's all kind of similar. And you hit someone with something like this, it's got a complete curveball, and they're curious, they're hooked, and that compels them to give you a compliment and ask what you're wearing. So while I wouldn't go into this one expecting to just drown in the compliments like maybe with Layton or your typical designer fragrance, it'll do all right for you. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap this one up. My final thoughts on Carlisle. I love it, and it's one of my favorites from Parfums de Marly. If I were to list my top three in no particular order, it would be Carlisle, Hobdon, and Layton. That's my top three. Again, not in any particular order, but those are the three that I would choose if I could only keep three from Parfums de Marly. Those would be it. I really like all of those. Hobdon is a fantastic fall, caramel, apple, spicy scent. It smells like autumn. It literally smells like fall. One of my favorites. Layton is just a great versatile scent. And Carlisle really has something different going on. Nice, smoky, sweet, sexy, kind of powdery as well. Bit of an herbal touch, really nice scent, and it is compelling. Let me know what you think of Carlisle down below. I know it's a lot of people's favorites, myself included, and if you're getting into Parfums de Marly, Don't sleep on this one. Don't wait around on this one. This was actually the last Parfums de Marly that I was to get. I have a good amount of them now, and it took me a while to finally get this one, and I'm, kind of bummed out that I waited so long. So if you've kind of been on the fence about this one, make sure you check it out. Again, it can be grabbed at discounters, and I will link it down below. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.